All right, every week at this time, we will visit with Auburn linebacker Elijah McAllister. He is with us now on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. What is up, Elijah? How are you today?
Doing great. How are y'all?
Doing awesome. First of all, congratulations on being named a team captain.
Captain.
Yes, congrats on that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing, but I want to ask you because you tweeted out after being named team captain this. Truly an honor. I give my all. I'll give my all for this team and university. By the grace of God, War Eagle. And I would ask you, how does a guy from New Jersey who played at Vanderbilt, who's only been on this campus for what now, 8 months, have that type of feeling about his team already?
Yeah, I think it just stemmed from, my authenticity of who I am and how I show up every single day. It was a player voted thing. Coaches had no say in it. And I was just blessed to be able to be named one of the four and have that respect for my teammates. I think they felt comfortable picking me because of my authenticity, how I show up every single day, and just, who I am as a person, as a player. And that's kind of how it, shook up. I'm just happy and blessed to be able to have the opportunity to lead these guys. And I feel prideful in who I am as a player and my teammates in the university. So that's, kind of why I tweeted it, and I wanted to make sure, people knew.
First day of school, first day on a new job, those can be awkward situations. They're not always the best situation, but the first time you walked on campus and you walked in with your new teammates, were you comfortable immediately?
Yeah, I honestly would say I was comfortable immediately because, again, I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not. I'm not trying to make sure everybody likes me all the time. I'm not trying to make sure I'm, I'm not trying to make sure I'm doing anything that's not what I feel is right and that holds true to the core values of him as a human. So it was never something that was difficult for me because I know who I am, the things that I stand for. So I felt comfortable from the first day there. And honestly, it's easy to feel comfortable at a place like Auburn with the people because it's such a place with heavy tradition and people who love their football and love their people.
Did you have to sort of take a deep breath? Did you get emotional? Did you tear up a little bit? Because you're a manly looking man. You're a beastly guy. You tear people's heads off on the football field. Then all of a sudden, did Cap all of a sudden tear up?
Yeah, honestly, I felt some type of way about it. My heart was beating a little fast, and I teared up a bit just because, again, it's an honor to be able to be named a captain of this great university. And honestly, the biggest part about it is that it's player-led. The players voted it, and that shows kind of the respect they have for me and the other three captains that they selected.
Elijah McAllister is with us, the Auburn linebacker on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline as Auburn gets ready to take on UMass. 2:30 ESPN is the kick time. How big of an advantage is it in game prep for them to already have one game of film for you to look at?
It feels good for them to already have played in week 0 because now we have something to go off of and something to watch this week. And honestly, not going with the blind's eye or looking at last year's tape. So we have some substance from this year. And I'm just excited to put our best foot forward on tape and do what we know best, to play our hardest and play well.
Hey, UMass has got a really mobile quarterback that played at Clemson for 3 years, and he had a little experience. But watching him the other day, he was all over that field. First of all, is there anyone that can pronounce his name? I know you guys just typically look at numbers. We can't. I was just asking if you know anybody that actually called him out by name and it sounded like it might be right. But outside of that, I mean, the guy's an athlete, right?
Yeah, he's a good athlete. And honestly, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher it. But he's a good quarterback, and I'm excited to go up against him. I know his defense will be well prepared.
Listen, I occasionally will watch military movies, and it seems like the best attacks, well, by nature, they're sneak attacks, right? That you don't know they're coming. So everyone's talked quarterbacks. Everyone's talked running backs and wide receivers and Hugh Freeze's scheme and this and that all camp long. And I feel like over on your side of the ball, it's been this sneaky little defense all of a sudden coming together. And here comes the Auburn defense. What can Auburn fans expect defensively this year?
Well, they can expect a defense going to play really hard. It's going to fly to the ball like maniacs, and they're going to expect the defense to try to create a lot of turnovers. I think everybody knows in this league, it's about defense. You got to be able to stop and run. You got to be able to defend. You play against the best and with the best, so you're not going to be able to win any games if you don't play high level brand of football on defense. So we're excited to put that on tape every single day.
Well, I'm interested about your defensive linemen because for you to make plays, you got to have some dogs up in the trenches that are eating up some blockers. How are those guys progressing? Because there were some question marks there.
Oh, they're progressing really well. We have guys with a ton of SEC experience and a ton of football experience. I think firstly, when you look at, Jason Jones, Marcus Harris, and Justin Rogers, those three guys have SEC experience, playing at the highest level, and are veteran guys who, don't shy away from any contact or anyone at any point. And then we look at Messiah and you look at Lawrence Johnson. Those two guys have experience in the Big Ten, a ton of experience playing football as well. So they're going to help bolster that inside unit as well. So I feel comfortable and confident in our unit up front and in the middle, and I know they feel the same way about themselves.
Elijah McAllister is with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Listen, I mean, I'm not trying to take a shot at your former school at Vandy, but it's not the biggest stadium. You know that. Hugh Freeze talked about it himself. He's like, I've never been a head coach of a team that's got this many fans behind us at a home stadium. You haven't played in that situation yet. What is that going to be like, do you think, at Jordan-Hare Stadium Saturday afternoon?
Well, honestly, I've never experienced it from a home standpoint. And, again, I love my time at Vanderbilt, and I enjoyed the fans there, and that experience is so unique, and I'm so thankful for that. Nonetheless, like Coach Freeze said, he's never been a part of something like this as a coach. I've never been a part of something like this as a player. So just being able to go out there, even like the tradition, the Tiger Walk, the Eagle Flight, the amount of fans are going to be there. It's already sold out game. I'm just excited to be able to play at this university and honestly just feel a sense of, I wouldn't say accomplishment, but just a sense of pride of the things I'm putting out on the field every single day.
Do you have a game day routine on Saturdays? I mean, do you have like something, you got to eat something, you're wearing something?
Man, I wouldn't say like a routine that I'm stick to. I'm kind of just depends on how I feel, but there's two things that I do make sure I do all the time. And I always put my left sock, left shoe on before my right. I don't know why, I just always have.
I do too.
Really?
Yeah, and then I eat 2 Reese's peanut butter cups, 2 refrigerated Reese's peanut butter cups right before the coin toss. So, I've been a captain the last 2 years and again this year. So we go out a little earlier than the team. So I'll eat 2 Reese's peanut butter cups, refrigerated ones. Got to be a little cold right before coin toss.
They are better cold.
Okay,
Yeah, I agree completely.
Here's what we're going to do for you. Our Auburn grad, Taylor Korn, she handles our social media. This part will not be in there, by the way. She's going to clip that out. We're going to tag Reese's. And we're going to see if we can get you a little NIL deal, so you're not paying for those Reese's cups anymore.
We're going to try to split. We're going to try to split that one with you.
Yeah.
No. You don't have to tip us out. This one's
This is away businessman.
from us to you.
Yeah.
This will be a gift to you. There, you watch this work, okay? See if we can get
It's
that for
dated
you.
back since high school. So I've been doing this since my sophomore year of high school. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So he spent a lot with them.
Yeah.
They're going to give a little back, we hope.
So
Yes.
see, there you go. There's
That's right.
that little part can make it in. Taylor's a good editor there, so
Yeah.
we're gonna try to do that for you. So much so now I forgot what I was going to
Well,
ask.
I've got a question. Elijah McAllister is with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Auburn team captain, newly minted. Are you a tails never fails guy at the coin toss? Do you call heads? Do you call tails? Is it a gut feeling? What do you do?
I call heads every time.
Heads every time. Why so? Do you have a good history on this? Because you've been a team captain at Vandy for a couple of years.
I have a great history on it. I don't know the numbers, but I know I'm probably about 85% on winning tosses just from hitting heads.
Oh. Is Hugh Freeze a defer or take the ball guy?
I don't know. We haven't talked about that. Usually we talk about it right before we're about to walk out. So I guess, I have that conversation. Who knows?
Why don't you just make the decision? Don't even. He's
That's right.
got
Don't
so
even
much
ask
stuff
Coach.
going on. And you know what?
I got this, Hugh.
You see this seal on my jersey? I got this.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm biased. I like to get the defense out there on the field and do what we do to start the game off. But again, he's an offensive-minded coach.
You
so
know
we'll
what?
see.
I would defer because you're not going to be playing in the second half anyway because you guys
Wow,
are going to have
let's
this big
don't do that.
lead.
Yeah.
So it'll give
Come
you
on,
one
don't-
more series to go on and get in there.
Don't
so
paint
I
him
would
into
defer.
a corner. Don't
Yeah.
paint him into a corner. So left shoe and sock? You put sock and shoe on both?
Yes, and I tie it up and then I do my right.
So you don't go
do that.
sock,
That's
sock,
very,
shoe,
that's
shoe?
very regimented right there.
Yeah, okay, but here's the scenario. So you've got your left sock on, your left shoe on, but then something happens. A person breaks in or there's a fire alarm or something. Now you're running out with one sock, one shoe, and barefoot on the other. Now see, 2 socks, you're an even runner at that point.
Honestly, I've been doing it for so long. I feel like my body might have been able to balance it out and just figure it out. As soon as I got one side left, I'm like, oh, we've been doing this forever, so let's do it.
So do
True
most of your
athlete.
socks now have an L or an R on them? The more casual we've gotten since we've started our venture, all of my socks are pretty much casual socks. And so they're labeled. So they're easy now. I know left and right. Same for you?
Yeah, same for me. And I'm telling you, there's times where you just pick up a pair of socks and it's got the L and R on it, and then you see the right sock and you just put it on, but you don't know it's the right sock. You put it on the left. I can't do that.
I can't do it either. You're OCD like me, my friend.
I got to make sure the left is with the L and the right star.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck Saturday afternoon. We look forward to seeing this team out there against UMass 2:30 kick, Jordan-Hare Stadium on ESPN. Elijah McAllister will be with us at this time each week. Good luck, man. We look forward to it.
Thank you very much. I'll see y'all next week. War Eagle.
All right, buddy. Take care. Elijah McAllister with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.